series of their survival mode, and this is episode 1 of it. So let's get right into it. So for anybody who doesn't know this game is we'll call it hyper-realistic, not hyper-realistic, but a more hyper-realistic survival game of basically wilderness survival. Really, I haven't seen any other games that are like this, that have a sense of, call it frostbite, hypothermia, diseases, infections, all that kind of stuff. It's a very in-depth game when it comes to that kind of stuff. It's not an easy game, I'll say. It's a very strategic but not strategic game at the same time. You have to just follow basic elements but also survive, the wilderness, nature, animals. That's a big killer in this game. But yeah, we're gonna start off. I'm gonna do let's do a Stalker playthrough. Let's run it with this. And usually, I believe the lore of the game, they do have a main storyline in the game. It's the Wintermute mode. I have not played it myself. I've only done the survival. I've been playing this game for probably, I don't know, ever since it probably came out, which I believe is maybe, I don't know, back 2017, 2018, 19, somewhere in there. And yeah, I believe that the lore of the game, it has you starting in Mountain Town, which I don't usually start there. When the game first came out, I don't believe Mountain Town was a thing. I think it was just kind of more Mystery Lake, Pleasant Valley, Coastal Highway. Not sure if Bleak or Forlorn, it was a area that you could go to, but I always started off in Mystery Lake. It's kind of a easy area, good mix between wildlife and buildings, structures, resources. So I think we're going to start off there for this run. I would start in Mountain Town to kind of follow the lore of the game, but again, I don't know the lore really, and also you'll come to see that Mountain Town is a very resourceful area, and I don't like to start off with a lot of resources. I don't want to be given everything right at the beginning of the game. I want to actually have to kind of work towards it. I don't want to be bare bones nothing, but I still want to work towards a goal and, actually acquire my items through some sort of struggle and or easy way. So I'm gonna start off here in Mystery Lake. And as you play the game, you do unlock feats over time. I think each game mode has different amounts of feats that you can have active. I believe the Voyager, which is like the step down of this, the easier version, it has 4 different feats you can activate, but since we're playing Stalker, it's only 3, I believe. And I have only acquired this feat so far, which it is pretty resourceful, but there are definitely other feats that are way better. Gotta have the Cougars enabled, gotta have Scurvy enabled, and the Trader. Gotta restart my game real quick. Got a Huntsman keyboard, and it don't have quite everything set up on it yet for the profile and everything, and this keyboard's a little high tech for me. I haven't fully learned it all yet. It basically can mimic a game controller, or it registers this keyboard as a game controller as well, or an Xbox controller, and depending on how hard I press the WASD keys, it registers to the push of the stick on a controller. So the harder or the further down I push on, call it W, the faster or quicker I'll walk in a game or whatever. So like if you barely push forwards, like in Call of Duty for Xbox, you kind of just walk forward slowly. same deal with this. If I were to press it down lightly, it's going to walk forward slowly. But the problem with that is that some games, they do have it doesn't, I don't know why. I don't know if it's something between mapping or the profile for the keyboard itself, or like mapping key binding in the game, but sometimes it doesn't allow me to use the WASD, and it'll just act like it's not binded at all. So I have to go and remove this device from my devices to be able to use this whatchamacallit, to be able to use the keyboard properly, which kind of sucks. But we're gonna run that back, get a little fresh start to it. I will say though, for me playing this game for about, I don't know, call it 8 years, 7 years now, something like that maybe. I have not discovered much in this game. It's a very, again, very difficult game, and also what makes it very difficult too is that it's permadeath. So if you die, you die. That's it. You could be 100 days into this game. You could be 1,000 days, 10,000 days. Doesn't matter. If you die, it's over. You lose your game save. So that's a pretty fun one to obviously make this a lot more challenging. Oh, these are activated. Yep. I think it's still wanting to not work properly. Sorry guys, having a little bit of technical difficulties here. There we go. All right, so here we go. Yeah, that's kind of the lore of the story too, that a mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. There is a couple of things that do hint at Canadian culture in this game, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that is the general basis of the game itself. The storyline is obviously built off of that, but yeah, the original pretty much idea of this game is that you get brought down by a geomagnetic storm and you pretty much just have to survive. So alright, so this is actually the only area that I know, like kind of like the back of my hand. We actually got a pretty decent spawn right here. But yeah, once I get outside of this area and traverse to a new area, I really don't know much of the routes. There's plenty of maps that I have not discovered before, so it's that'll be new for us to check out, and that'll actually be exciting because there's plenty of items in the game that I have not discovered yet, and yeah, there's some really cool items. And once we get into a building over here and kind of get everything set up, I'll show you the inventory and how kind of everything works in this game, and just your health system and whatnot, and crafting, and it's kind of a lot you can do in this game, to be honest. weight is a big problem in this game, or it could be a huge issue. Your guy in this game cannot carry a lot at all, and to make more, I guess, storage space or backpack space, it kind of is a grind / a tedious task to be able to do that. But yeah, so this is the camp office.
Could end up being useful.
This is kind of like the main area, main starter of the game. Yeah, little cougar warning flyer. Right here, this radio can be used for the trader, but I think you have to wait a certain amount of days before he's available. And he's actually the, little spoiler alert, the only, I guess, interactable NPC that is alive in this game. Everybody else is deceased or somehow frozen past whatever. So he is actually the only person that you can talk to in the game, which is kind of sucky. I wish that there was more NPCs that would give more to the lore of the game with the survival mode, because with survival there's not really too much to the lore itself. There is a lot of things you can discover and read about, but it's kind of hard to find. You do have to kind of traverse a lot
if this is any good to
learn a lot about each area and kind of what happened with this this island, which is called Great Bear Island. And yeah, there's a lot in this game. Sup, Wage Gap?
This stuff will come in handy.
Let me take that, because why not? So pretty much any cabinet you find, any drawer you find, you can search it. Most things you can break down. This table requires a hatchet, so I need to find some, obviously, sort of hatchet. Anytime you're done burning a fire, always take the charcoal from it, whether you need it or not. It's the longer you have a fire burning, the more charcoal you're gonna get, and charcoal is used to mark areas on the map, like which I'm about to do now. Also kind of figured we would go to this building first because there was that. There's that wolf around here somewhere that's being a menace to other animals. But doing stuff like this in game, where it just took a animation wheel of, you know, like loading, it actually does progress time in game. So if something says it takes 4 hours to break down, if you were outdoors and you're breaking down, say, a big limb or a big log, it usually says it'll take an hour and a half depending on what tool or equipment you have. Breaking down that item, if it takes an hour and a half will go by in-game fast-forwarded, basically. And say if there's a bear walking in the distance, if you go to break down that limb, it'll have that bear, you know, possibly walk by you or attack you while you're doing that animation, because it's, again, passing an hour and a half in the game within a couple of seconds.
I could use this.
But yeah, so there's one of the I don't understand why there's just random frozen people all around. I'm sure there's something to it that'll tell me why this all, I guess, happened, or why there's people frozen and dead everywhere, but that I have yet to discover. Another big part of this game is just, like I said earlier, packing light and watching your weight. I try not to carry with me too much unless I absolutely need it. But there are, again, things you can craft to carry more items. I'll let you guys read this. So now these little notes that are left behind are made by, like, people who either developed or helped back the game or whatever. Obviously it says contributed by backer here. They kind of just write their own stories or little notes that kind of fit well with the game, and the developers kind of pick which ones they like and add it into the game. Once they choose where a spot is for a note, that note will always be there. It'll always be the same note no matter what game you play. But yes, all the notes that you find in this game are not technically lore driven. They are all made by some sort of backer or person that helped make the game.
Maybe I can make something out of this.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. This was not a great hole for usually what this building can have. I'm not sure what time it is. It's almost nighttime, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna travel to these little fishing huts down here. Try to avoid that wolf, because that wolf will fuck me up real quick. Real quick. But I think the goal for right now is going to be, yeah, getting down to these homesteads that are off in the distance here. They will have some items, and I'll be able to rest there for the night. I'll go through my inventory and throw on that new sweater that I found. Pick up a couple of these in case, because I'm not liking how close that wolf is to me. I don't know how they act in Stalker game mode. I don't know if they can spot you from a further distance, but yeah, they are they're not fun. They're not fun. What do we got here? Sewing kit, that's going to be very useful. Don't need any newsprint at the moment.
I think I can use this.
Nothing else. Ooh.
My fingers feel numb.
I know, buddy. I know. I'm trying to get you. Nice. So there are books in the game that'll help you up your level for different. Just like, for example, let me show you. What would be under? Gotta be under this. Rock, general notes, collection, skills. Yeah. So each book will help with all these kinds of different skills. Obviously, that gunsmithing book will help with this. One of the first things that I try to get into is the cooking. The cooking is very, very helpful with the different attributes that it can give you, effects. You can find special recipes and stuff over time that can help you. For example, like there's this one, I think it's like Lily's pancakes or something like that. You can, I think
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Combats cabin fever, which you can get cabin fever in this game if you stay indoors too long. And also helps you rest well and helps you warm up if you're cold. Stuff like that.
What have we here?
Now, a lot of people find the flares to not be that useful, which honestly they really aren't unless you're on low light sources or if you have wolf around. If a wolf is trying to attack you, if it's by itself, not in a pack, you can pull out a flare and light the flare. Sometimes you can ward off the wolves with them, but it's kind of a hit or miss. It's a 50-50 shot usually that I have found. And I also think that
This'll come in
using
handy.
a flare at an early time, like when I'm first starting the game, is not a great use, because if I end up getting attacked by that wolf and that flare does not work, that leaves me with minimal resources to help heal myself, and healing yourself in this game sometimes can take time. So I actually had one of my actually best playthroughs, or my best playthrough that I've done, which was recently. Made about 60, 70, maybe 80 days, maybe even further in the game, and ended up just in cougar territory, got attacked by a cougar, started having blood loss, started treating it, but it was going to take 72 hours, I believe, to fully heal myself. And that, I went to go rest for 8 hours in bed and ended up dying from blood loss in bed, just because wasn't paying attention, slept too long, and didn't really think that it would, you know, affect me in my sleep, which it does. Memento key and a scrawled message, huh? Big memento cache with MREs. So the scrawled messages usually have a memento key, and sometimes don't, but you can find little different mementos around the map left by I think I wanna say they're not like,
That'll come in handy.
you know, contribution by backers or anything. I think it's made by developers, and it has to sort of do with the storyline of The Long Dark. But I could also be totally wrong.
This stuff will come in handy.
Always make sure to just double check everything, because there are times where you will forget stuff or not see stuff. Now, one of the big useful keys in this game is looking up the maps online. I don't like to do it because it's kind of cheating for myself, but it's hard to traverse this game, especially not knowing how to get to each area or navigate the area without seeing a map. And obviously the only thing that you can use for a map is what you mark with the charcoal. So it's kind of hard to navigate just based on doing that and just walking around. We gotta get warming up. That's also things you need to pay attention to when you're playing this game. Is just your status bar. There's just a lot of times where you can get wrapped up doing some things, walking around looking for things, and next moment it's just you're suffering from hypothermia. There's animals around you that you don't even know, which that happens more often than you think.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
So something like this takes an hour and a half to break down. The animation's only like 10 seconds, but by the time I'd be done breaking this down, it'd be pitch black. And things could walk past me. I could freeze from hypothermia or just die because it took too long outside and got trapped in a blizzard or whatever. There are just so many different possibilities in this game of death and how you can succumb to it. And sometimes it's just very, very quickly out of the blue, and you think you're doing well, and it's just boom.
Is it food or?
would be very, very nice. Very, very nice. Find a knife or a hatchet of some sort. I think I got one more spot I can check. And then we're gonna take a little, oh, 2 more spots. Take a little resty poo for the night here. Use up my wood matches. That's kind of all I got at the moment. Character's name's gonna be Senior George. Senior George is pretty cold. He needs some warmth. He needs some milk. Now, the one bummer in this game is that they do have owls hooting around, but you can't find them. I don't think. I haven't yet. Alright, so I think this is where we're going to be posting up for the night. Kind of wish you could use those, but you cannot. Nothing in there. Nice. That's a big one.
Use this.
To his water. This dude's always thirsty. Senior George. Alright. I think that's about all I can find in here. You don't like ketchup chips. They're very dehydrating. Or chips in general. But yeah, let's take a look at the inventory system. So you've got your health or your status. I'm at a hypothermia risk because I've been outdoors for a while and I have nothing to wear basically, or haven't put on my clothing that I found yet. Tells you your calorie store. Any afflictions you have will pop up right here, and it'll teach you how to, or tell you how to treat it. Now, this is your clothing system or your clothing inventory. It shows you an inner and outer layer. Yeah, okay. So you have an inner and outer layer. This is our outer layer, which we're gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear that. Alright, buddy's a little warmer. But yeah, so you have an inner and outer layer, and you really want to put your clothing on accordingly. You want to make sure that, I believe that whatever's on the left side is your outermost layer, and then whatever's on the right is your innermost. So even though it says outer layer, I believe if you put another jacket in right here, it's going to go under this jacket. So whichever one's the warmer one, you want to have on the outside. Then this is your backpack. Goes by category. It's very useful to keep track of all this because you can just have a lot of surprise weight out of nowhere. I'm already up to 20 kilograms, which it's in kilograms, it's not pounds. Won't let you change that, unfortunately, because it is a Canadian game. But yes, a lot of items do take up a lot of weight. This is your crafting system. This shows you everything that you can make between every sort of workbench. There's all sorts of workbenches. This is by your hands. That's by a fire. That's by just a normal workbench. This is by a forge. I believe an ammunition bench, and yeah, furniture workbench. So if you find a place that you want to make home, you can start making furniture for it if you'd like to. If you find a furniture workbench and woodworking tools, and like I said earlier, the certain areas have certain items that you can find, and so for example, the only place that you could possibly find like maybe the woodworking tools is, you know, at Forlorn Muskeg or at Broken Railroad. I'm not sure where that spawns specifically, but yeah, so like if you want to find the insulated flask that they have in the game, it's only in one of these areas. So you have to traverse to that area to be able to get that item, and obviously if you die, you die. There's no going back. So yeah, it makes it, again, very, very difficult to obtain some of these items and do some of the stuff in this game. This is your recipe book. This is by pot, by skillet, and no tool required. I think this goes by time that it takes, I want to say. And this goes by your hunger level. Now, the venison stew, like I was talking earlier, the attributes that some foods give you. If you eat this food while you're out, say if you have a hot bowl of this and you're walking around and you're about to go somewhere, you don't want to eat it because it's going to make your fatigue go down and makes your rest go up. So you want to eat it before like you go to sleep, and it'll improve your rest. You'll get better attributes over time if you keep your hunger and thirst up and everything and use stuff like this. It'll give you different attributes of allowing you to like carry a little bit more, sprint a little bit quicker, you don't get as tired as quick, just little stuff like that. And then you have your journal of pretty much all your kind of stats in the game, starting with a log of where you go. You can make notes if you want to write notes down for any of the stuff you come across. It'll tell you how much of the world you have explored in general, I believe. Or maybe of each area, I'm not sure. But you got your skills that I showed you earlier. You got collections of just notes. There's 6 different transmitters you can power online throughout the entire map that help you receive signal for that trader. 13 different unique recipes. You can take Polaroids of certain Vista locations, mementos. There is a bunch of Chirons around the map, or however you say that. I'm not sure. Chirons. But you just come across them. They're little backed contributions or from backers. And so yeah, you can find those. They just have little notes. Sometimes they don't even have notes to them. They're just a little thank you to backer, whatever number they are. This one I didn't really realize that there's 71 different buffer memories, which is actually kind of insane. Buffer memories are like little notes that you can find during an Aurora Borealis. And the Aurora Borealis only happens every here and there. And when that happens, all electronics turn on throughout the entire island because it's a geomagnetic event. So all the computer screens have like, I mean, there may only be one computer screen per area, maybe 2 or 3, but whatever designated computer screen, it'll power on. You can read a memento note or a little buffer memory, and yeah, it just gives you a little lore of the entire game and little just notes about everything. And then surveyed locations, which there are obviously 215 of them. Rock caches. You can make a rock cache to store your items, and you can have up to 5, I believe, in each area. And I've never used it before, so I don't know if it displays like location or if it displays like what items are in it, but
I mainly use this as a guide for what area I want to go to and where I've discovered. Because every time you discover an area, it pops up like this, Mystery Lake, and yeah, it just kind of helps me as a guide of where I want to go next, which if you take a look at the map or the world, you've only got these areas right here, which they released a DLC, I think a couple years ago now, where there's like 3 or 4 more big areas that you can go to that are like this. And then there are also a bunch of different areas, like, let's call it zone of contamination. Like, that's an area that, so a bunch of these areas that are on here that you can go to are not on the world map, and you wouldn't know without looking at that rock cache. So I just use it as a guide tool of where I want to go next and just where I've discovered and been to. This is your general notes, your stats of everything in the game that you've done so far. There's honestly quite a bit of stats. And this is for each playthrough. So I haven't done a stalker yet, so this is why it's only showing 4%, all those calories. But this shows you your all-time stats. So my best on, or maybe not, might not even be best, it might be combined, but call it my best was 122 days, discovered 60% of the world, and yeah, it just gives you all your stats of just everything. There's the trader, so if you have active trades, it'll tell you that, and then photo album. And then obviously I showed you this is the map, and it shows you can toggle these different filter keys, and then the world map, which again, it doesn't even show you like half of the areas. I actually on my last playthrough, I started at Mystery Lake, went to Mountain Town, down to Forlorn, went over to Broken Railroad, and then I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like now I got to go back to, I think I went to maybe Desolation Point, then Timberwolf. But I was like, okay, where are all these other areas that I had discovered after I left Broken Railroad? Which, come to find out, once I got to Desolation Point, they're all on this left side past Broken Railroad, which you can only traverse to there through Broken, which sucked. So I didn't even get to discover that whole other part of the map. But I'm honestly gonna say I think my my goal though for now is to get from Mystery Lake. I think we may hit Bleak Inlet first. I haven't been there. I know it's a very resourceful place, but I think we may go to Bleak Inlet first. If not, we're going to go through the ravine straight to Coastal, Crumbling, Desolation. Knock those places out of the way. And there's an achievement that I've been looking to get, which I believe is... yeah, Ends of the Earth. Travel from Desolation Point to Sundered Pass, which is way past Broken Railroad, all the way. It's basically from one side of the map all the way to the other side of the map. So I want to kind of get to Desolation Point from Mystery Lake, start that as my like setup like base area, not maybe setup base area, but like my starting area for the game basically. Like I want to use this Mystery Lake to Desolation Point as my setup process, and then I want to start venturing out from there from Desolation Point. And I kind of want to knock out everything on the way. I might skip Hush River Valley because I from what I looked at the map and kind of from everything, it's a very cool, very nature beautiful area to go to, but there's not a lot of resources, and it's very, again, nature driven. So there's no structures like at all or anything. But yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff up here. I haven't been to Black Rock or Ash Canyon, or actually I think I died in Ash Canyon to the Cougars, so that's where my last run ended. But yeah, we're gonna drink some water here, eat some food, and then we're gonna take a little snooze. I don't really have any food at all. That's another thing. If you drink something, for example, I had 1 full liter right there. I just drank, what was it, 0.54. So basically half a liter. Whatever you have left over, if you're not thirsty and you just want to top off, if you pop this open and drink it, it can leave you some of the soda instead of drinking the whole thing. Same with the coffees and everything. And that's another thing to be cautious for, is that if you're very tight on weight, there are items that sometimes sit in your inventory that have like 0.2 kilograms left. And like, if you need to drop that extra 0.2, go check that stuff. And sometimes eating foods in certain orders help you kind of kill off items if you don't need them, or if you don't want to abandon the items. Like sometimes I do have a hard time in games abandoning items that I've gained and that I had a plan to use. So I don't like to just throw them away or just leave them somewhere. So I'll eat and drink certain foods in a combination where it brings down my thirst a bunch so I can drink a whole item of something. I cannot see. I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours. That'll heal the hypothermia. That'll get a rest up. We can hopefully make our way to the next spot, which we're gonna discover most of Mystery Lake, or parts of Mystery Lake today at least. I would like to get to the Trapper's Homestead, which is somewhere on the map over here, which we're right here. The Trapper's Homestead is somewhere right over here. And then I also want to get to Carter Hydro and Dam, which is right over here somewhere, which is kind of the area to travel to. Like, that's where you need to go to travel to the next area. And there's also a fire lookout somewhere up here that we're gonna probably try to get to. But our goal for right now is to get to that Trapper's Homestead. Pass some time. Pass like an hour. Just to just make it a little bit brighter out. I don't feel very, very comfortable without a weapon of some sort. There's a lot of elements in this game too that can attract animals and determine whether an animal stays in a certain area or whatnot. Especially the cougars. The cougars are very territorial, and they will set home around you if they know that you've been staying in an area for too long. So that's one thing to be mindful of the cougars. But they, I don't believe they come around for a while. And I don't know if they're prevalent in each area. Like on my last playthrough that I did, in Mountain Town and here, Mystery Lake, there was no cougar areas, but I don't think you can discover or have cougars start spawning until a certain day. And so I might have been leaving this area and had already left Mountain Town by the time that the cougars started spawning in. Because when I got to the next area after this place, there was cougar territories. Now, ice in this game is a problem in some areas. This lake does not allow you to fall through, but Forlorn Muskeg, if you walk on thin ice, which there's basically thin ice everywhere you go except for the main railroad track that runs right through it.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
You can fall right through the ice, and I didn't know that one day, and I was running from a bear and just ran across the ice, fell right through it. Literally thought I died because my whole screen went black, and yeah, it's not a fun one if you get wet when there's a blizzard out, getting chased by a bear. different clothing items can also slow your sprint down. So if you're wearing big, bulky ski boots, you can't sprint as long or as quick as, you know, this dude that's in friggin' running shoes right now. So there's the fire lookout up there. There's a destroyed fire lookout at the top of this one, which we could possibly go to right now, but I don't think there's a huge benefit of doing that right now. However, we do need to get to an area pretty quickly because we are starting to get pretty cold, and we honestly haven't even been out that long. Now walking up hills, I think you'll see it right here, right on that right side of the screen. There's a little red kind of slope animation, and that's just showing you that you're on a incline of some sort or decline of some sort, and you kind of have to be cautious of walking around. You can definitely sprain, break an ankle, wrist, whatever, just by walking around. Oh, that scared the shit out of me. It does every single time, man. But yeah, like that right there. Just... Make sure you use your the right stuff for the right thing.
Cold is making my head
Sometimes
feel
you can
thick.
apply the wrong thing to the wrong affliction. In kind of a tight spot, not gonna lie. There's 2 or 3 wolves around me. Oh, you're a deer. Okay, there's 2 wolves around me. Mistaken.
This will come in handy.
Spray paint's not too useful unless you want to use it to mark item or buildings and structures of where you've been, what's been looted. It's not really that useful. It doesn't take up too much weight, but I don't find it again to be very, very useful.
What have we here?
Septic. I'm gonna take the charcoal out of you. So those rose hips that I harvested, they're used for herbal tea. They can be used as, I believe, as an antiseptic or as a pain aid. I don't remember which one, but there are different plants around the map that you can find to either craft or craft with or to use as a medication of some sort. So anytime you find something growing in this game, don't just walk by it and just be like, ah, it's a plant, whatever. Because sometimes they can be useful and they can definitely help you in dire situations if need be. I always go for the rose hips because they are again, I forget which one it does, but they are a very beneficial healing aid also.
indication if something is frozen or dead around you is if there's crows flying. So anytime you see crows, that means there's something or someone under it. Gotta readjust the hat. I think once we get to this Trapper's Homestead that's right there, we're gonna take a little 5-minute break here. Is that a wolf over there? Ooh, another hatchet. Unfortunately, I don't need two, but I'll pick it up for now. One thing I do really like about this game is that depending on what clothing you're wearing, it does have different sound effects. So since I am wearing these running shoes, you can kind of hear the rubber of them like squeaking off each other or whatever. And then the kind of pants I'm wearing, you can hear them rubbing against each other, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that's what the pry bar is used for. That's why I picked it up earlier.
That'll come in handy.
Take both of those. Nice. Take that. Take that, take that, take that. We don't need the magnifying lens, but we're gonna pick it up anyways. Rifle ammunition. Unfortunately, no rifle. Usually there's a rifle spawn in here, but not this time. Did you guys read this again? Just a regular old book, huh? Oh, yeah, not a good
Hope I
spawn.
can still eat this.
Not a good RNG right there. Let me get those. We're gonna open this up. So what I like to do, so it was like 40 something. So, let's see, the lockpick these. Okay, so it's 41. So it's 41.10, I'll call it. $41.12, call it 35. Yeah. 41.12, 45. 41.12. All right, go. Yeah, it's just
Wonder
the
if the
easiest way to
owner's
do
around.
that instead of having click, 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 find it, click, click, click. I mean, I guess it may take the same amount of time, but I don't. Still got plenty of time to the day, but I think we're gonna make a fire. We're gonna make some food. Wow, still only a 75% chance with this. It's kind of wicked. Swear to God, if this doesn't work. Thank you. About 2 hours.
2 hours left on the fire. I'm gonna break down some stuff. Got probably about an hour left on the fire. Hour and a half. Now, reclaimed wood does not give you a long burn time. I believe fir wood gives you the longest, which is very, very nice. Drop you. And where are you? And where are you? There. Where? Okay, so I was wrong. The outside layer is the right side. So we want you to be there, you to be there. Definitely wearing you guys. Bye-bye. Don't need you. And what we're gonna do is, since these are ragged, we're gonna repair them with our sewing kit. I failed. Let's try it again. Repair it once. Now, just doing actions in this game will also increase your skill level. It is very, very big to repair your clothing. Make sure that they're at, you know, at least exceptional quality, because if they're not, they really do not do any sort of like benefit to your warmth. So. Unfortunately, we don't really have much more cloth in here. For a second. Harvest you. Drop you. New, ragged, new. We're gonna repair this. Now, if you do fail, it uses materials, which that just killed me. Son of a bitch. Hey. We're gonna boil a shit ton of water. We're gonna place this down, and we're gonna cook up some dusty pork and beans.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Got 30 minutes on that. What can I break down in 30 minutes? That'll work. That'll give me some more time. Starting to storm out a little bit, so that's good timing for this. And that would be a firearm cleaning kit right there that I missed. Oh, bandage and a firearm cleaning kit. Cool. Show you what the storms look like in a second. It's even storming. It may not be, but oh yeah. So obviously it's whiteout conditions in some blizzards, depending life. That's how life works.
So, keep breaking down some stuff. Cook up a thing of porridge, because I got some running river oats. I'm gonna eat that. Which that didn't do much, so let's cook up some dusty pinnacle peaches. That would give me both thirst and hunger. Reduce my thirst and hunger. Nice. Always check for this too. When you eat something, it can or it will leave cans. Also, the more tired you get, the less you can carry over time. So if you're super tired and you have, you know, say you have 30 out of 35 because you've got the 5 bonus attribute. Once you get tired, it can go down to 25, 20, whatever. And yeah, you could pack, you know, you could be packed ready for the trip, but not account for tiredness, and once you get tired, your weight goes down. Just keep an eye out. Alright. I think we're gonna take a little 5-minute break here, so I will be back. I can't even everyone. We're back. And seems to be bedtime. Don't want to let that fire go to waste, but damn. Always make sure you pick up your shit. Nice. Alright, so I think the plan is to get to the fire lookout next, and then Carter Hydro, and that'll be like maybe a good stopping point, because the next point after that is traveling to, I believe, Pleasant Valley, which we'll be setting up a camp there for a while, because it's a good area to loot and get some food and kind of set a base for, or a temporary base for traveling in between areas. Maybe we might even get to that. Damn. All right. Well, I'll drink this. I need that. Run out of food here. Okay. And now we wait. We gotta wait till it's light out to be able to traverse. Okay. We really gotta find a weapon here, because having no weapon, walking around, especially playing on Stalker, I have yet to do that. A little scary. I don't really want to encounter a wolf, let alone a bear. Never really seemed to find a bear on this map, but it's possible. And all I have is a stone. This is my weapon of defense. I don't even know where you aim. Like, I know through my fingers, but like where? How far? Find out. Okay. So we're gonna aim at that grass. Okay, threw it like where my thumb is. So let's go right for that patch of grass. Okay. That was all 3 pieces of my ammo. That's all I get. That's all I get. Bro, literally, rocks do suck. And yeah, Daisy's big chilling in the back now. She got groomed, well not groomed, but I brushed her today, got all of her little knots she had, even though she never gets knots. And clipped her nails, and she screamed at me at one point. I didn't even like clip her hard or anything, or barely even clip her nails. She'll be a little asshole. Even though she's getting pampered. I think we're going to head this way. Stay scared. Gato's always are stalking you. Alright, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna hit a friggin' bunny. This little dude's about to get smoked. He's not even know what's about to hit him. I didn't even... Son of a bitch. Oh! Wrong button. Wrong freaking button. Ooh, this is not a good area to be at. Watch. Oh, dude, I almost hit him. Oh! Give me my, weapon of defense back. Oh, I so lied to y'all about bears in this map. Okay. I don't like that. What you wanna do is don't go near the bear. Bro, you're gonna give me a rifle round? That's whack. But no rifle. Where the shit did you go? Not cool. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna keep traversing this way. We're gonna... I believe we want to go up there. No. Not that one. We want to go... There are a lot of goddamn wolves around me. I can hear them going, oh! Oh! Whack. We want to go to the top of this hill. That's where we want to go. That is where the, I believe the forestry lookout is. I think. That other path is to the old ruined one, I think at the top of this. Yeah. That's where one of the transmitters are. Stick of the fence. Stick of the gods! Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that skate came out today. I'd be for running that, but I think the wifey came over. I don't know. Alright, we can't go that way. I'm gonna die. And it doesn't seem like it's daytime, but it's daytime. Yeah, skate. Dude, literally, like, it kind of blows that they... Damn, how the fuck did you get a blue box? It kind of blows that they released, like, all of its content except for the one area before it came out. So I'm not gonna lie, like, definitely gonna sesh that game a lot
Can't
more.
feel my hands.
But I feel like everything's gonna be heavy microtransaction, and there's not gonna be a lot of content. I don't know. I'm so about to break an ankle. Go. We did it though. We did it, and there's a crash airplane right there.
I'm gonna need some first aid. Soon.
Alright, I'll get you your first aid if I even have it, which I probably don't. I do. You're lucky. You're lucky, sir. Senor George. Oh yeah, that's kind of dope. That is pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, yeah. So here's the forestry lookout. Sometimes they have a weapon here, sometimes they don't. Kind of forgot about you guys. Skybirds. Damn it.
mark this on the map. This is actually one of the areas that you can survey a huge area of the map, which is pretty nice. Not a lot of the areas have a forestry lookout, but some of them do. Yes, you go to here with Pete's charcoal.
Too cold to think.
Gives you a pretty big area, which is sort of useful, sort of not, but the Carter Hydro is that way, which we're gonna have there soon. There's the door. And no rifle. Cool. I'll take those though. Don't need you. Don't really need any of you. Gotta start reading some of the books that I have. Well, if I wasn't so goddamn cold, I would go to Carter Hydro right now, but you know, I gotta be cool. I could
This stuff will come in handy.
just do this real quick. Break down some wood. Start a fire.
Well, thank goodness for that.
Why stick at defense? Stick of the gods! You. We're gonna put down the cooking pot. Cook up another one of these. And we'll cook up another. And another. And another. Eat. Eat. Nice. Pick those up instantly even though they're scorching hot. Who cares? Oh, I don't have any coffee. Gotta make me some water. No coffee. Nice. Alright. I think we could probably make it to... It's kind of foggy out though. Where do I gotta go? This may not be good. Bringing up the gods! Need to go that way. So we gotta go. We gotta go. Nice. Nice. Big sprints. Big sprints. What you mean you're tired, dog? What do you mean? Alright, we're gonna go down. Might break a leg doing it, but I don't care. Oh, was this not the right way to go? Uh-oh.
Lead the way, bunnies. No, it was the right way. No weapons. I have a stick of defense. They sound like some angry wolves, and I don't like it. Rock of the gods, stone of the gods. Nope, don't like that. I don't. Nope, don't like that. Don't eat it yet. Okay. So that way, I believe. Yeah. So that way is the camp office. Acorns. Oh my God, is that where you find these bitches? No way. I didn't know that. Acorns. Acorns. Crazy. I never knew they were under these trees. Cool. The more you know. See? We're all learning something. Oh, yeah, we don't like that. I don't have a weapon of defense. This way, you're gonna stay there. Okay. Bye-bye. Really hoping Buddy doesn't just run up on me from the other way or something. It definitely sounds like Buddy's about to run up on me from a direction. Damn, they are really relentless in this. Oh! You stay away from me. Stick of defense. No way. No way. I just escaped. Please have a gun. Damn it! Your buddy. Where you gotta go? I don't really know what to do in this situation. Keep walking along. Go that way. Down yonder. Away from me. Blood walking on the branch? Ooh. How you doing that? Me and you both, bro. I'm gonna end up like you, and I'm not liking it. Not liking it. Fuck you, dude. Oh, what do I do? Can't throw a stone at your bitch ass. You ain't gonna die. You're a wolf. Can't. Well, guess it's time to set up camp in this little train car. I'm being stalked by a fucking wolf and I don't like it. I need to go that way, that's the problem. I think there's two of them. Another stick of defense. Son of a bitch. Go back in my hidey hole. Yeah, Senor George B smoking 6 packets today, and he'd be freaking putting down like a whole 12-pack of Mountain Dew on lunch. It's crazy. Crazy. I don't know how he does it. Senor George. Okay. Yeah, I feel you, dude. Oh god, is fucking Rapture happening or something? Why are you playing this music? Buddy wants to light this so bad. Yearning. We're just gonna head up this way. Away from those guys. 'Cause I don't have no rifle. Alright, finally, we're back onto the path of going to Carter Hydro.
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
To Carter Hydro we go. Oh my god, I hate sometimes in this game how you have to do stuff. Buddy's yearning to light this shit. Nah, I'm not gonna open the door, but I am gonna light this. Watch this shit. Where's that little memento? Behind Carter Hydro? Okay, we're gonna try to get that too. Game sometimes is like Death Stranding, just a walking simulator. But I will say, I've ran into a lot more animals on this game mode than I have on the other game mode. A lot more animals. Usually I don't even see a wolf till the 3rd day. Alright, so... if I'm not mistaken, that memento cache is right down here. Ooh, we are actually gonna harvest these because green maple saplings are pretty useful. You can harvest these guys for some food. off the railroad, so that memento cache has to be right down here somewhere. But I am gonna grab this cotton. And oh, don't be like shit. Put that away. Yeah, its story is not yet written, so that is a Chiron that nobody made a note for. If it says something,
tired to think
it'll
straight.
obviously have some sort of note. But he's getting tired. I'm gonna take you. And take you. I'm gonna harvest you. Oh, you do have to hold the click button. That's whack. I don't know why I waited till the end to do that, but that's whack. Okay. Yeah, see, I can only carry 15 kilograms right now because I'm so freaking tired. So it said that memento cache was like right, maybe not here, but like
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
somewhere right around here. I thought. In the water. You know what? I'm gonna pop this because I know I'll find one. Otherwise, it's just gonna take me forever to get back up this hill. I really don't wanna do that. Give me a minute for a hot second here. Probably wear off here in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna check these two trailers real quick. No, I'm not. No, the hell I'm not. Yeah, that wolf said, no, you will not be doing that today. Alright, where is this memento cache? Said it's like right off the track somewhere. That'd be great to be able to find this, but I cannot find it. Which is not cool. It's got plenty of food. I could use the food. I don't need you right now. I do want it, but I don't need you.
I think I need to lay down.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Alright, I'll find... Actually, what does it say? Can't some of the things, but plenty of enemies are down there in the dam. The broken window room. Oh, I'm stupid. It's inside of the up there. Cool beans. Cool beans. Alright, time to explore Carter Hydro. Alright. Nothing. Okay. Okay. Now, when I first played this game a long time ago, there was a wolf inside of here. Ever since then, I've been scared to go through this building. Even though I've never seen an animal in a building any other time ever in this game. But still, to this day, I am a little sketched. Stairs yet. There's other things I can climb up to. Plenty of things.
I'm so tired. I could use
Lots of
this.
searching. Lots of searching. Be nice if I had some sort of lantern to do my searching. But I do not. Can't run, but he's tired. It's dark. Can't see nothing. Oh wait, I have a flare. Let's do that. Nice.
Could end up being useful.
Like that. Wow, I'm really not finding anything. This place is pretty bare bones. And I don't like ketchup chips, so no. Don't want that. Where am I? So we got that. That goes to downstairs. I'm gonna take that too.
This will come in
A
handy.
single revolver cartridge.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
I understand you're heavy, dude. Senor George, you need a better backpack.
here?
I have like 3 emergency stairs here. What are they? Not too much. Just got the Carter Hydro, and I've been kind of getting screwed with finding items, honestly. But go down here and then go up there, see if there's anything. But yeah, not much other than me getting screwed.
That'll come in handy.
Medical locker. Wow, there's just nothing in this. It's crazy. Oh, cool.
Stuff will come in
I'll
handy.
take those. I'll take that flashlight for sure. Oh, I can't do much without trying to get my freaking battery. Yeah, see, it's not charged. I don't know how to charge one.
Just what I need.
We will so take that. Oh, what a find on the floor. Oh, that makes up for me not finding shit in this building. Let's go.
Better take this food.
I shouldn't take it. That's cool as shit. Alright. Let's see what else. Spot, as I was saying earlier, when I was playing this game a long time ago, I had walked into this building, and before there was like any actual like areas really, there was a wolf walking around inside of this building and it killed me. So it's the only building that I'm actually like sketched out walking through because of the Scary Terry. But yeah, I saw the wolf down here. It was just in the middle of this tunnel. I had like no lights or anything. No freaking flares. No freaking knife. Yeah, right here. I died. Basically where this food is.
I can always use more food. Excellent.
Oh man. A pistol and a freaking rifle. No way. This one needs some work done. Two big things, two key items to have right there off the bat. It's huge. Feel a lot more comfortable walking around with that. I knew there were some items, but not that many. Or good items in this area. I do want to know how you charge a flashlight. 'Cause I don't really know. It's time to find that memento stash. Not cool. Not cool. Oh, that sucks. Minor tore, which kind of sucks, but so what I gotta do is make it to
I need to drop
the rest
something.
of this, make it through the rest of this area. Nice, there we go. And get into bed and set up a little camp. I believe the next area that we need to either go through is right here, or we have to leave Carter Hydro. And kind of go back the way we came. Go back outside of Carter Hydro and go through the railroad tunnel. Which I
Wonder
think,
who owns this stuff.
I think for now, instead of going from or hitting Pleasant Valley, what we're going to do is go from Mystery Lake to Ravine, Coastal, Crumbling, Desolation, back that way to Pleasant, through Coastal.
Hope nobody needs this
That is
anymore.
really cool though. They're not really finding much in here. I found a rifle and a pistol. And a bottle of trash can. Scrap metal, even though I'm kind of overweight right now.
Could end up being useful.
You know, I never really come across dirty water in this game, so I don't have a real use for the water purification tablets, but still are useful. There are some things. see if we can't find this memento stash.
I better take this food.
Take it. Word, you too, my man. Have fun. I will let you know if I am hopping on or not. I don't believe so, but I will let you know. Memento stash. There's the memento stash. Nice. Okay. Honestly, I'm not even really gonna bother with any of this. 'Cause I'm not gonna find much things, but I will find stuff in this.
I'll be hungry later.
Nice. That's huge. Back to my little camp. I think. Oh yeah. I'll let you know if I'm getting on. Have a good rest of your night. So we got the little bed set up. Got the cooking pots and stuff set up. Got some wood. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to start a fire, though, because I have, like, no fire starting skill at all. And no accelerant. It's going to take me 3 to 5 business days to get back to my spot, because I'm so freaking tired and over-encumbered.
All I can think about is food.
We'll get some food. We'll get some food, Justin. Don't you worry. We are almost there. Radio, no work. Something in the microwave. Actually, is there something in the microwave? A little bit of a sleep boost, a little fatigue boost.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
How much are we at? 39 kilograms, which is way overweight. 30 is the most that I can hold. Back to our little bed. Oh yeah, start fire. I do have some lamb oil I can use. Really?
waste of damn time.
That's not fun. Got a 50-50 shot of it starting.
Well, that didn't work.
Oh, I got no Tinder left, huh? I need Tinder. That's not good. Try this again.
Surrounded by snow. Nothing to drink.
If I had a book, I could try that, but I do not have one.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Nice.
Turned out pretty well.
That was big right there. That was big right there. Make me another one, honestly. Yeah, here another one. Nice. Alright, we gotta drop some stuff. We gotta eat some stuff. That needs to go. You both need to go. You can go. Bye-bye. Don't need you guys. Keep both of yous. Don't need you. Honestly. I think we're gonna actually rest up for the night. And I think we're gonna wrap the stream up there for the night. Because we're at a good stopping point. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, so that's what an Aurora Borealis does. It kind of lights up everything and
I've been so hungry in my life.
Let's see, actually, before we hop off, if we can't see if there's a buffer memory anywhere. Oh,
that hurts so much.
Wow, that I was unaware of. Okay. That's not cool.
The pain.
Turn off, I was using those too. Damn. Wow. Never mind. What a bad way to end it. Guess we're gonna go back downstairs and... Ooh, that's not good. That's still hot. Still
have we here?
Well, now is a good time to hop off because I can't cross this and I've got to wait till that's done. So, yeah, it's been a long 2 hours. The
Too
next
heavy.
goal of the stream or of the video is to get to, we're going to go to, I believe, down to Coastal Highway, maybe up to Desolation Point. Coastal Highway does have a lot of things. I think we're going to skip Bleak Inlet for now just because it's a tough area, a lot to go through. I could make a whole episode in its own probably for that whole area, but we're going to try to go through the ravine, up to Coastal, probably do a whole episode there, and get down to Desolation Point. That's kind of our go-to starting point from there. So, yeah, until next time, have a good rest of your night, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.